free online training for tonight's session. So what we're looking at tonight is the hidden dangers of imposter syndrome. How do you know whether this is around? You can't accept your achievements. You find that it's very hard for you to accept a compliment. You are awake at night wondering if you did it right. Okay, so those are the things around work, around life situations. They're around going out, enjoying yourself, and you think, did I do it right? Did I behave in the right way? Did I do the right thing? Did I say the right thing? What if I haven't said the right thing? All of these areas are situations that you recognize as imposter syndrome. You can't feel when you have attained a goal. You feel that someday, somehow or another, you will be found out as the fake you feel you are. Imposter syndrome is something that sits deep within us. It's not something that we notice so much in the external world. But I hear this all the time with intuitive, sensitive people, how they feel that they are somehow a fake. So in this session, you will find out for sure if you have imposter syndrome. You will also find out why narcissists are attracted to people with imposter syndrome. And you will also find out how you can successfully master this very high level anxiety. Okay, so just before we go on, now, if you have looked before, if you've seen before the narcissist, or you're not quite sure what the narcissist means, it is a particular type and set of behaviors, but you will very soon get to realize as to what that means and if you've been on the receiving end of it. So stay on to the end. It's important, because that is when I will be doing the readings part, okay, and answering the questions that you will have. Now, the important thing is that you will need to focus for this session to get the very best out of it. So now, shut off as much as you can everything else so that you can give this session your full attention, because you will want to, because you will want the information. Now, this here is my little drawing, my very skilled drawings here, which I will come to later as a way of explaining exactly how this works and how you can overcome the energy and the emotions that go with the feelings of imposter syndrome. So, who am I to speak on the subject? I know what imposter syndrome feels like, what it really feels like in your internal world. I also know what it feels like in terms of how you haven't necessarily identified it, but it's something that follows you around, that it's something that holds you up from achieving or completing the things in life that you want to. I know it particularly impacts intuitive people. How do I know that? It's because I've seen it through my work over a consistent and long period of time. Because for 17 years, I have delivered material on the subject of how intuition and psychology cross. I deliver what is often complicated, okay, so what is often something that people regard as too complicated, in an easy to digest format, in a format that's easy to absorb, to understand, and how these two very specific areas cross: intuition and psychology. I'm also a published author. Okay, so I have written books on this subject area. I've also very successfully helped thousands of intuitive sensitive people worldwide in their efforts to understand themselves and harness their skills to new levels, okay, to new levels of understanding, but also to actually finely tune their intuitive skills so they find that their sensitivity is something really positive rather than something that they think is wrong with them. So when you feel that you understand yourself, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great to feel that you have a strong understanding of yourself, that you understand where a level of anxiety comes from when it hits you the most, when you're on the verge or you are doing something that you are successful at? Wouldn't it be great to actually be able to accept that? Now, this session, you will learn how to relieve, okay, that anxiety without the constant work, feeling like it's a constant effort and constant work.